If you're a boxing fan and never want to miss a fight, Boxing Showtimes is the app you need. This is a professional boxing schedule in your pocket that keeps you up to date on what's going on in the world of boxing. Enjoy watching fights in a bar, sipping a cold one? We got you. An interactive map with your local boxing bars is available to you at any time. And that's not everything. Set reminders, buy tickets, watch official highlights, get boxing news, and so much more. Download now. Thank us later.
As Ice Cube once said, today is a good day. Why is today a good day? It's been announced. We've seen the press conference. We've seen a very interesting face-to-face. On February 17th in Riyadh, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we will see Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. I cannot tell you how nice it is to finally be able to say that. And to have seen the press conference, everything. It is just, honestly, I am chuffed to bits that we're getting this. I don't want this video to go on too long. I want to talk a little bit more about this on Midweek Report, which I'm going to record immediately after uploading this. Fury Usyk, it has seemed, excuse me, you know, it's not even Fury Usyk really when you think about it. Undisputed in general, it seemed an eternity away at times. You know, we went through the, what would you call it, the horror of the Klitschko period where no one expected brothers to fight one another. That's fair enough. But we never even saw anyone potentially able to dethrone them at all until this crop of heavyweights of the, you know, the Furies, the Joshuas, etc., the Wilders came along. We never saw anyone in the previous, like the early 2000s or mid to late 2000s, ever come close to troubling them. Then Vlad loses and Vitaly retires. We get into this kind of a bit of a fractured division. Fury wins. He becomes unified heavyweight champion. The IBF goes vacant. He has his issues. The belts become fractured. Wilder's WBC champion. Parker picks up a title. Joshua picks up a title. The WBA is vacant. Joshua unifies. He gets that title. He then unifies with Parker. We're just waiting on the Wilder fight. That doesn't happen. Wilder goes off and fights Fury. There's talk then that we may yet get Joshua versus Wilder. Joshua goes and loses to Ruiz. What happens next? Joshua has to rematch him. Okay. What happens next? Fury beats Deontay Wilder, but there's a rematch. Is there actually? Maybe we might get Fury Joshua. We think we're close to getting it. It doesn't happen. The court rules in Wilder's favour. Alright, Joshua has to make a mandatory defence. Then he loses to Oleksandr Usyk. Then Fury has to make a mandatory and it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another over the last 8-9 years. Let that sink in. It has been 8 years, almost 8 years. I think it's 8 years next week or the week after that Fury will have beaten Vladimir Klitschko in Dusseldorf, Germany. 8 years. That's a long time. It doesn't feel like 8 years, but it was 8 years ago. That seemed to be the time where we got the ball rolling on Undisputed. It has taken 8 years to get to this point where the fight has now been announced. We've seen the press conference, and I know what people are going to say. Gee, don't get ahead of yourself. You don't really know what's going to happen in terms of this fight happening until they're both in the ring. And of course, there's always that possibility. Yes, but the fact that we're in a position now where the fight has been announced, we've seen both guys there at the face-off, at the press conference, right? Dev Sandy being the host, Warren saying his bits, Fury, you know, repeating the same, oh, he's a bum, he's a dosser, etc., etc. Oleksandr Usyk speaking his native language, as you would expect, English isn't the best. We got that. Now it's a case of, right, we're counting the days down to February the 17th, part of Riyadh season. I don't doubt that we're going to see this fight. You can say, gee, you're letting it get... No, I don't doubt that we're going to see this fight. I think it's about time that we saw Undisputed. I am so happy that we are getting this fight. I think that this fight will be good. I think it will be competitive. I think that based upon both guys' last performance, Oleksandr Usyk to me looked better of the two, much better of the two. Apart from getting hit low by Dubois, he looked in control in that fight. Fury, on the other hand, against Francis Ngannou, I think there was a a lot of factors involved there. I do think he underestimated Francis Ngannou. He definitely, even at the first press conference, didn't look in good shape. So this was not a Fury firing on all cylinders. But I do think that there is a lot of wear and tear on that body. There has to be. Of course there is. And even if we get a better Fury, will he be better enough to be able to beat Oleksandr Usyk? That is the question, right? But I do think we will get a better Tyson Fury. Having said that, I think we'll also get a much improved Oleksandr Usyk from the Oleksandr Usyk who fought Daniel Dubois. So I think we are going to be going into this fight with both guys at least trying to get close to, if not at their best, for one another, because they're going to need to be at their best, both of them, to beat the other, right? We are really going to see who the best heavyweight in the world is. Because between these two, you know, people say, no, I think Wilder's still, no. Oh, well, no. These are the best. End of. 1 and 2. Winner will be undisputed. They probably won't be undisputed for long, because obviously, you know, the IBF and stuff like that. But Frank Warren actually summed it up best. First time this century, although the century is only 23 years old, nevertheless, first time this century will have had undisputed at heavyweight. First time in 24 years we will have had an undisputed heavyweight champion. First time in the 4-belt era. We will have an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world come what this fight. What can I say? I'm looking forward to it. And I think that the last 2 days have been absolutely, you know, when you really do kind of stop and think, did this actually happen the last couple of days? We've seen this fight announced today, and yesterday we had that card in Saudi announced, the mega card. And you're looking at that thinking, is this a sign of what we're going to get moving forward in boxing? Because it seems like these Saudis can just make it happen. That it just happens. Since they came along, it was this. He works with that promoter, he's on this network, etc., etc., etc. Yesterday for me, it was like, oh, these are all in one place, the majority. There's no egos really there. There is a few little remarks and stuff like that, but there's none of this, you know, it's just everyone's there. And I hope that is a sign of things to come. I really do. I don't mind this fight being in Saudi Arabia. You know, for me, it would make no sense to do it in the States because both guys are more well known this side of the pond. And as well as that, I'm glad that we don't have to stay up till stupid o'clock in the morning. I would imagine fight time will be at a normal, you know, UK time. Whether that be 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it's reasonably normal. So, I am so happy to be talking about this in the video. I am so pleased we have this fight announced. Genuinely am. Now let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this fight, what you thought of the press conference. I'm going to get midweek report up by about 9:30, so in the next 2 hours. That's going to be a doozy. I can already tell that one's going to be a doozy. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, as always, if you haven't already. Lads, I'll leave it there. Peace.